I'm Shane Christopher, and this is Savagely Shane. Today's episode's on addiction. I just thought I would fill you in on some of the things that I went throughout my life with how addiction has affected me. So it started when I was young, and I was drinking with friends, and that was obviously the first, the gateway drug, I guess, would have been alcohol. And then we, probably got into some pot. So it really didn't stick that first time. And then I would say it came back around in the latter half of junior high, and kind of threw definitely the curveball at me because I was on the straight and narrow, one would say, and I was on the honor roll. I considered myself, which I don't think is a good term now, but a dork or a nerd. I thought that's who I was, and I liked, but the pot made me a cool kid, I think. And when I realized I was I started skateboarding and I started hanging out with, I would have thought the cool kids. Smoking pot in high school just eventually led to hanging out with probably some of the, kids that, I don't know. I don't want to say troublemakers because together we were troublemakers. I don't want to say it was just them. It was us together. And we decided to make bad decisions. And we got in some trouble. And it eventually led me to a 6-month retreat at a boot camp in San Luis Obispo up north, which changed my life. And it was for the best. I got my GED in there. I graduated there from their boot camp in 2002, just like I would have graduated in 2002 from high school. So it was really cool that I got to walk, and my family got to come up and see. And what I have said, it changed my life. I wanted to join the military because of it. And then when I got home from it, my life did not go the way I thought it would. And I would have said I just continued to probably that party mentality, and thinking that I'm always going to be able to continue to do these things and continue with life, But then eventually would have led to a DUI after not too long. I wasn't even but 20 years old, and so that was a guarantee to take the car away. I've said something about that earlier, but that was just along the lines of what was happening and probably just going to continue. After that, I would say I continuously drank throughout my entire 20s into my 30s, and may have dabbled in harder stuff here and there just as an adult, things that were obviously not going to help and only just make life worse. Whether I thought for sure I had a control on it. I'd even left the state of Idaho or California and moved to Idaho, and definitely got away from everything there, and 100% just drank, and of course thought I had a handle on that. But I ended up working on a tree farm, and I kind of met some people there that I knew were probably dabbling in some harder things. And I remember making some jokes around them like, oh, if I had this or that, I'd be done already. And unfortunately, I got what I wanted. I ended up getting into some things up there again where I would just lose what I would call all my favorite items of my life. All the things I ever got as a kid, my lava lamp, my favorite posters from Venice Beach when I was young, all the things that I would have said were priceless. Autographed stuff by my favorite band, the Cottonmouth Kings, my picture from boot camp that had all 4 platoons in front of this fighter jet that was on the grounds. All my favorite things, and a lot of stuff went missing, and it humbled me in a way of learning to live without. It really just taught me that you don't need to have all those things. I remember them upstairs, but it was very sad that I won't be able to pass some of these things on to friends or family or kids if I have kids one day. But anyways, that was just a price I paid. I decided to ask, and I got to dabble again after literally leaving California, where I only knew the people that did stuff down here, and that was it. I went to a state where I was basically free from everything because I didn't know anyone. But I asked for it, and I got it, and it was a good slap in the face and another eye-opener. But again, that wasn't the end of everything. I just continued to drink, put girlfriends and children through their drama of just having a an alcoholic stepfather, one would say. I was good at times and bad at times. No one's perfect, but I was under the influence, thought I was doing well. Eventually, moving back to California, I moved in with a girl who I literally told I did not want to do anything hard. I was just going to continue to drink and smoke. Literally told her I just had an addictive personality, and it's hard for me to say no. Well, of course, we started partying, and we ended up going to a lot of raves, doing a lot of hard stuff, and it was exactly what I thought was going to happen, kind of. I ended up getting arrested because she said she was going to call the cops, and I said, okay, call them, whatever, I'm not going to drive drunk. And they'd actually been called a few times already, and they were getting sick of us. So the last time the cops came out, they took me to jail, and that really, you would have thought, was an eye-opener. And my lawyer even said, so are you guys done? And I said, nope. And he said, so you guys are hard learners. Like, yeah, that would have been to say the least. So we still hung out, partied a little bit. So the whole reason why I ended up quitting, what started the switch, what caused me to turn the switch off, was she kept telling me that I needed to be medicated, that I needed to be on meds, which I had been on Ritalin as a younger child before, and I didn't like how that made me feel. And I guess not now that I think of it, I had been on some Prozac in Idaho before, and it didn't make me feel good. I literally went to my doctor then, and he tried to get it taken down, and he wanted to go up. So I stopped taking it then. So I knew that was something I didn't want to get back into because it didn't make me feel better when I took it before. So she kept trying to get me to take some type of meds and wanted me to go to the doctor. And I was just getting so mad and thought, this is something I don't need. I was like, well, first off, how do I know I need meds if I don't even know who I am? And I was drinking every day. So how would someone think, oh, I've got a grasp on everything when I'm drinking? I'm self-medicating all day. That's what I'm doing. So if I'm already self-medicating, to try to add prescription drugs would just be insane, I thought. So I told her literally, like, all right, I'll think about that after I find out what's going on. So after days and months or weeks, or however many days, I told her I was going to end up quitting alcohol. One day I put my foot down, and that was April 27, 2022. I decided to quit drinking, which was a huge change in my life. And it was to better the relationship, to make myself better. And I thought that would fix everything. But that's what really initiated the quitting for me, was the fact that I wanted to prove someone wrong. Almost was, I guess, what really got me was the fact that someone kept telling me I needed, and I said I didn't. And I wanted to find out that I was okay, or I could make it better on my own. And by quitting alcohol, I definitely changed my life for the best. Definitely quitting the drugs and alcohol definitely changed everything for the best, and I'm loving it. But that's what started it. And whether someone could also try to find something in their life that they need to prove to themselves, or maybe someone that's bothering them, or some reason why they think they can't quit. I mean, maybe these are the things that you can use to light your fire, to stop, to turn your switch, to quit what's causing you problems, whether it's, like I've said before, like spending money or dating. Some people use relationships as vices. It's unfortunate that all the things that we're using don't pay off in the end. Like, oh, if you're going to spend money to get happy, it's very short-lived. It's not long term. If you're doing drugs, it's short term. It's not long. Again, with alcohol, like, you can only be drunk for so long, and then you're hating yourself the next day. Same with drugs, same with spending the money. You're looking at your finances the next day, like, well, what did I do? I felt good yesterday spending that. So it does suck that all these things are just short-lived little highs, and they end up being long-term lows. And so we really truly gotta find that switch and work on it, and make sure we can get that turned off, so we can now start to save the money, stop spending money on drugs. And obviously, it's not going to be easy, but if we can work on this switch, it's just amazing, because I don't want to say I lucked out. It's been hard no matter what, but I guess I still want to say I'm lucky to have made it this far, and it's awesome to be over 3 years, and know that I'm going to go the rest of my life. And also now during like to get back to the idea of saying, hey, I didn't want to do prescription drugs because I was already self-medicating. Well, during this idea of sobering up, you're going to find out who you truly are. So I had now I'm purposely not taking meds. I'm now going to quit alcohol. I continue to smoke just to kind of wean and whatnot, the pot, just to help. But during this time, I decided to really truly find out what I've been hiding for all the years of, alcohol and dating and all this stuff I've been doing. And I was just really apparently hiding that I was in the closet, and I'd always thought about things and coming out, but I never saw that happening in my life. And then sobering up, I found out who I truly was. And my little crazy thing there was I used to bite my nails every day as far back as I could remember. And the day I came out, I stopped biting my nails, and I haven't bit my nails since. And that was about 8 months into sobriety, and it's been cool. It's not, again, that's another trip. It's another story. It's not been super easy either, but it's definitely cool to finally meet the real me, and it's cool, and I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys check out the next video where I will talk more about coming out. Have a savage day, and don't forget to subscribe.